All right, friends, welcome back to the arena, and this is your nightcap from the River Valley Community Center here in Grand Bay, Westfield. The 9th of 9 games. Yeah, it's a good one. Your B final, the St. John Coors Light in the white uniforms versus St. John Most Wanted in the black-green camouflage uniforms. Goaltenders are ready to go. Galbraith and Reardon. Galbraith for Coors Light. Reardon for the Most Wanted. And here we go. The last game of the day. And it's expected to be a doozy. Great crowd here. They switched this one last night. We got a great crowd. Over on the near side corner. That was Baca who had a chance. And dumped down. That'll be icing early on here on the Most Wanted. So again, we're just getting started. Contact information on your screen. Hope to hear from you throughout the game. Most Wanted come in here with a record of 2-0. They've outscored their competition 14-5. Coors Light 1-1. Coors Light had the tough battle. They've had a couple tough ones. They lost yesterday to St. John's by 1 goal. Beat Milton today by just a goal. So here are the Coors Light with a 1-1 record against this Most Wanted team, which they really got a scare today from Newfoundland. Newfoundland played them very well. And that was a back-and-forth affair with the Most Wanted winning. I think 4-3 was the final of that game as well. Kept in on the near side here by Savoie. Shot that goes just wide. Flying into the far side corner was Melanson. And dumped down into the near side corner. Savoie back to get it, but that'll be icing. So again, you can follow along on the CBHA website. Ball over to the far side. Shot goes over the crossbar. That was Brad Badger who had a look. So again, Galbraith in net here for the Coors Light. And Reardon in net for the Most Wanted. Face off to the far side. Through the neutral zone, off the stick of Sherwood. Kirsten. Ball knocked in to the corner. On the chase down there is Johnny Erbs. High into the air. Sherwood is there. Erbs nearly comes away with it. And now across through the neutral zone. Dumped in and on the chase. Now the Coors Light, led by Shannon. Most Wanted, transitioning. Johnny Erbs out in front. Passed a little bit too far on the near side for Riley Kraft. Both teams playing their second game of the day. It's really cooled off significantly here. Earlier on, it was muggy as all get out. But they've opened some windows. And the big door you can see in behind Reardon. That ball goes all the way through to Galbraith. Jarvis up on the near side for Baca. Baca trying to get it to Curran. Spinning and coming into space is Allaby. Allaby, a shot that doesn't get through. Hard charging away is Baca through the neutral zone. Knocks it in with one hand. On the stick, Smith into chase. Over on the far side. Losing it momentarily. Won't clear. Kept in by Chamberlain. And again, here on the most wanted on the near side with Hicks. Hicks dumps. On the chase is Alabi. And we may have our first penalty coming up here. Looks like we're going to have a hooking call. So one team is going to go to the power play. It's going to be the most wanted. Contact information again on your screen. Love to hear from you throughout the game as we get ready for Championship Sunday. Ball to the far side. Hot shot and a goal. Most wanted strike first on the power play. Tom McHugh. He was the player of the game earlier today against Newfoundland. And right there, McHugh fires one home. And just like that, it's 1-0 for the most wanted. And it's a familiar combo. McHugh and Stewart. So 1-0 for the most wanted. 16 minutes left here in this opening half. That'll go into the scores table. Face off to the glove hand side of Galbraith. Well, the RVCC hasn't been friendly so far at Coors Light. They lost that game 4-3 to Newfoundland. Now trailing here 1-0. In behind the net. Near side for Mason. Mason can't clear. Stepping in, getting a shot off was Will Bauer. Now on the far side, Mason with a chance to get it into the attacking zone. Can't. Coming away with it is McHugh, the goal scorer. Stewart, nice pass in front for Bauer. That shot goes wide on the far side. Trying to clear the zone again is Savoie. Can't. Hot shot by Bauer. Nice sliding stop there by Melanson from the defensive position. Back along the far side boards. Bungay gets into one. Savoie. Over here for Savoie. Ball off the boards. And picked up by the most wanted. Here's Mackenzie Kierstead. Cross floor to Bungay. Dumped in on the back end. Hot in pursuit here is Chris Hashi. It's Chamberlain. Kept in on the near side. Lining up a shot. Goes just wide. And there's Mackenzie Kierstead. Knocked down by Shannon. Shannon gets into one. That goes just wide. And knocked down. A face-off that'll come out of the zone. Actually, sorry, in the far side, or the glove hand side of Reardon. 14:32 left. And contact information on the screen. Hope to hear from you. Face-off win. Back to the blue line for Coors Light. And this is 5-on-4, so a penalty on Mackenzie Kierstead and all that as well. Dumped down to the far side corner. That's Rocca. Rocca didn't play yesterday, our first look at Phil. Ball on the far side. Swung around from Curran. And with a burst of speed, here comes Sherwood. Gains the zone. Back into the neutral zone. Faking the shot. Coming up top here for Curran. Curran just wide. Rocca was in there. I couldn't get a shot off. And held on to by Reardon. Now 13:42 left in your first half. Face-off win. And they come to Savoie. Shot deflected over the glass and out of play. Coors Light talking things over. That's Northrop out there. High down into the corner. There's Jarvis. Pass a little bit too far for Savoie. Onto the stick though at Northrop. 43 seconds remaining in the power play. There's Jarvis again, the assistant captain. No icing, that touched a most wanted player over on the far side. Chance to clear, they will. Bouncing all the way through to Galbraith. Galbraith wanted to play it to Jarvis, but they blow it down anyways. That was Jared Hicks in pursuit. Ball in behind. Across the blue line. Great pass. Knocked away. That was Melanson who nearly broke free. Cleared away by the most wanted right on. Galbraith makes the save. Back up to Sherwood. And Melanson. And that'll be icing now. The penalty expired. 12:20 remaining in the first half. Still 1-0. Most wanted striking first on the goal. By McHugh. Stewart got the assist. No luck on the face-off for Coors Light. Swung around to the far side. Here comes Most Wanted. Good forecheck by Shannon. Pass across the floor, and Most Wanted bring up the far side boards. McHugh knocked down by Galbraith. Good quick movement by Galbraith to get the stick on that. Set it up for his defender. Shannon comes back to Sherwood. Near side corner. Here comes the ever-dangerous Stewart, McHugh, and once again, good grief, Stewart and McHugh just non-stop. Another goal on the setup. McHugh, or Stewart, created the turnover, set up McHugh, and he had the one-timer home. 2-0. Most Wanted out in front. So 2 goals for McHugh. He was the player of the game in our first goal, or our first game. Back at it here in our second game. That Most Wanted victory over Newfoundland. We've been on the air a long time today. Our 9th game, a shot that goes just wide. Our 9th game, we've been here since 9 a.m. And behind the net. Back to the red line. Shot. Saved by Galbraith. Rebound goes just wide. Trying to get it back up top to Kierstead. They do. Shot doesn't get through. Coors Light trying to retreat. Can't. Taken over. Here comes Most Wanted again. relentless right now, really trying to put the pedal down. Our side, there's Backa. Backa in behind. Reardon. And on the near side, here's Riley Kraft. Kraft has it taken away quickly. Coors Light with Savoie. Melanson back into the zone of the most wanted. Crisp passing here. Nice play by Savoie to break up that last pass. And Mackenzie Kierstead behind his own goal line. Kierstead shakes free of Mason. And maybe a 3-on-2 developing. Started by Herbs. Trying to get it back to Kirsten. Can't. Herbs came flying through. And pulling up there, that looked like Will Bauer, and that didn't look good. Bauer still on the floor. They'll complete the play. But Bauer trying to put weight on it. Hopefully he's going to be okay. Didn't have any contact or anything. Floor not as slippery as it was. Mike Schwiegart, thank you very much, Mike. Checking in on Twitter. That's a tricky one in Mike, or here in New Brunswick, Mike. I'm from New Brunswick. We're living in Halifax now, so I go all across Atlantic Canada doing Moncton games and what have you. And that name's a tough one. A lot of times in parts of the province, that also goes by Savoie. But again, it's been a tough weekend. Just getting rosters, let alone trying to get pronunciations. But that's been the good thing about the contact information. You guys can reach out to us and give us a hand. Over on the near side. Once again, here come most wanted, 3-on-1, led by Kierstead. The pass doesn't get through. I think it was offside on the most wanted. That was Alibi in there. Face-off win. They'll come back into the attacking zone. So, if you're like Mike Schwiegart, and you got, I hope I'm saying that name, Mike Schwiegart, I'm going to go with. Mike's out there at BC. If you have anything offer in terms of help or shout outs, comments, opinions, contact information on the screen. Be McLean Sports and community1sports at gmail.com. Love to hear from you. Our 9th game of the day. And a good one, but the St. John Most Wanted out to a good start. Of course, you can follow along on the website, the CBHA website. Sarah here does a great job of keeping that updated. Again, it's been a battle. She might not have the information yet. It's been a real battle all weekend to get rosters in between each games. But Sarah usually has that up and running in no time. Done a great job if you want to follow along with the scores and penalties and what have you. Play continuing here. Still 9 minutes left in this opening half. River Valley Community Center in beautiful Grand Bay, Westfield. Front. And a great chance. Look at Gal Braith made a save. Pesky in there was Pat Carlson. So you can follow along again. Just go to the cbha.com. Scroll along the scoreboard. Find your game. Obviously, this is the last game here. And click on it. And information not quite ready to go. Sarah's still punching that in. She'll have that up in no time. Five on five. Down the near side corner. On the chase. In pursuit there. was Ward. Back across the red line, 3-on-1, onside, a great chance. Again, Stewart facilitates. McHugh takes a couple swings. No luck, a gorgeous pass, and a goal by Bauer. Well, right now it is Stewart, the maestro of this most wanted attack. That is his third assist. Almost kind of a no-look pass right there. So 3-0. 8 minutes remaining in your first half. Coors Light need to get going here, or this could turn into a lot of trouble. Across is Burns. Burns on the far side for Shannon. Shannon momentarily taken away. And behind the net is Sherwood. Sherwood. There comes Bennett. Gets over the stick of Shannon and in behind the net. Bungay out there. And there's Bennett. Across the blue line, Northrup. High in the air over the head of Shannon. Bell bouncing around at center. Sherwood knocks it back in. On the chase is Chris Hashi. First to it is Bungay. There's Hashi watching Northrup. Ball clears the zone. Maybe a 3-on-2 developing. Good hustle here by Brad Badger. Just icing on the most wanted. So again, contact information on the screen. Love to hear from you. Face off to the right-hand side. Got Rebecca checking in. They're cheering on that Milton team over there at the LBR. Milton playing Newfoundland. Ball high into the air. And into the Coors Light bench. Face-off win. Coors Light deep in the zone. In behind the net, trying to come over and get it. Now with it is Baca. Back to the red line. Shot doesn't get through. Jarvis on the chase over on the far side. It is 5-on-5. Still 6:29 left. Across the red line. Here comes Riley Kraft. Kraft, nicely done. Herbs. And shot that goes to the far side. Here comes Smith. Nice diving play there by the defender. That was Fitzgerald. Rocca. And on the near side, trying to fight his way through was Riley Kraft. A great job by Savoy. Rocca. Off the boards. Swung around to the far side for Mike Allaby. That's chipped over half again. Had that great story. First day talking to George Gostos. Tell that great, real heartwarming story about Allaby, about how he got cut for so many teams at the national level. Just was that guy, they just always the last cut, but just loved the kid. At the time he was a kid. Talked about how hardworking he was back when George was a coach. Now one of the veteran players on this St. John Most Wanted team. There's Allaby, a quick shot, and Sean Galbraith flashes the leather. Galbraith, the big save. To keep this a 3-goal game. Who's going to step up here for Coors Light? They need a goal. They've had some ball control. They've had some sustained pressure and a lack of real high-quality chances at times. Face off for the glove-hand side of Galbraith. Back to Kiersted. Kiersted gets it past Jared Hicks. And goes over glass on the far side. That face-off will stay in the zone. Well, no rest for the wicked. Again, we're finishing up a 14-hour day here. Back on the air tomorrow at 8 a.m. So check your clocks. An 8 a.m. start. A full day of ball hockey. Going with you all the way to the gold medal game. Hot shot. A kick save by Galbraith. Big rebound, but unable to get to it was Hicks. Through the neutral zone comes Burns. Burns to the far side corner. Shannon. And that's going to hit one of the load-bearing beams here at the River Valley Community Center. What a beautiful facility this is. They built it about 20 years ago. And at the time, this is my hometown. I grew up in Grand Bay, Westfield. And at the time when you were playing sports, you usually had to go to the west side of St. John. You had to go into town to play a lot of different sports. But with the creation of this facility and other facilities around this area, basketball courts, softball fields, baseball fields, they've really made it. That one goes off the beam as well. They've really made it so that you don't have to leave Grand Bay, Westfield anymore to play your sports. You've got a great soccer field. Just an outstanding job they've done, the recreation department in the town, over the last 20 years and offering residents around here a chance to get active. Hard to believe this place is actually going on almost 20 years old. That's dumped in. Across the far side for Ward. Baca in pursuit. Watched over there by Bungay. Savoy, I don't think he sees the speedy McHugh behind him. A shot that doesn't get through off the stick of Chris Hashi. They got 3:42 remaining. Cross center. Dumped in by Baca. Baca on the chase. Savoy. And a hot shot there for Smith right on. Reardon makes the save. In pursuit. Unable to get to it. Was Melanson. St. John most wanted. Anna really animated over there on the bench. We're going to get an explanation from the official. Well, it's a rivalry game. So it's heated, emotional. A goal by Coors Light would really spice up the room. So again, cbha.com. Go to the game and you can follow along. Sarah doing just an incredible job all weekend long of updating that site on our end here at the RVCC. Tom McHugh scored the first goal. Tom McHugh scored the second goal. Both set up by Stewart. One assist by Bauer on the second one. And then Bauer got a goal of his own, set up by Stewart and McHugh. So Stewart and McHugh both have 3 points so far. And that third goal was a gorgeous setup by Stewart. So 3 for McHugh, 3 for Stewart, 2 for Bauer. And that is also a penalty on most wanted. Ball that goes across. So this is an outstanding chance here now for this Coors Light team. They really need to break through. There's one of their captains up front, the assistant captain, John Jarvis. He's the quarterback. Gets it back up top again. Fires a shot. Knocked down. And no luck on the first one. So about 15 seconds into this one, the power play. 2 minutes in the half. rambunctious with the most wanted. They'll do it again. Face-off win. For the most wanted, they will dump. Jarvis in pursuit. There's Jarvis again. Ball to the far side, knocked in. Melanson on the chase. In behind the net is Mason. Mason comes away with it. Gets it back to Sherwood. Sherwood circles. Just over. That got out. Jarvis couldn't keep it in. No, I'm sorry, the late penalty actually coming up on the most wanted. So they're trying to get the goaltender, and then they finally surrender the ball to get the whistle. Some guys were yelling to give up the ball. Other guys were yelling to get the goalie over. So the goalie, Galbraith, was making his way to the bench, and then finally they surrendered the ball to set it up. So we got 5-on-3 here for 60 seconds. So what a chance this is for the Coors Light. Battle on the far side. Shannon. 2 minutes left. That's a 4-minute penalty as well. Sliding across. Shot, I think, went wide. I don't think it touched Reardon. But 4-minute penalty coming up, or delivered. Cleared away by the most wanted. It was on Riley Kraft. Collision here. Sneaking by is Burns. A little cue ball. And cleared away high. Misses the beams. Galbraith will collect. Get it to Savoy. Northrop. On the far side, Shannon. Shannon. Watched closely by Fitzgerald. A little bit ahead of Savoy, but it gets off the boards of Northrop. Back to 5-on-4 now. So 5-on-4 for another 2:51. Hot shot, deflected on the wind-up by Shannon, and it goes over the glass. Well, 1:10 remaining in the half. I get the sense this is really a big moment for the Coors Light team. They need a goal at the end of the half here. Looking up at the clock, there's another 4 minutes on there, so I think that's up for debate here. The official over talking to the scorers table. .110 remaining. Face-off win for Coors Light. They get it back to Jarvis. Gets it under control, high off the glass. And blown down, gloved ahead, I believe. So that'll come out of the zone. Five on four, face-off win. Missing the pass, though, was Sherwood. He'll have to go all the way back to collect. 2:25 left on the 5-on-4. Dumped in and unable to get to it was Reardon. It'll come across to Ward. Ward in behind the net. Trying to get it out front for Smith. That was Rocca. So Ward, Rocca, and Smith. Rocca in behind the net. Can't get there. Jarvis will hold the line. Bounces away from him. Nice play to keep it in. They had about under 2 minutes left. Ball settles down. A chance for most wanted to clear. They will calmly. And behind Galbraith. Sherwood. Sherwood, sorry. With the rolled up sleeves. Can't find Ward. taken away by Mackenzie Kierstead. Kierstead sails one over the glass. So Kierstead will think better of that one, or wishing he thought better. That goes over the glass, and the face-off will come all the way back just outside the blue line as opposed to a dump-in. That'll just about do it anyways. 1 second left. So Kierstead was probably going for goal on that one. Sailed over the glass. 1 second remaining. Time expires. And that'll do it for the end of the first half. Well, the most wanted on 3 pretty goals. Stewart, the maestro, setting up all 3. 2 to McHugh, 1 to Bauer, and that's where we stand at the end of 20 minutes. All right, let's join the players here and take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, as these are really fast. We'll be back in no time. You're watching the 2014 CBHA Eastern Regional Championships on Bell Alliant Community One, your leader in local sports webcasting in beautiful Atlantic Canada. All right, they're moving the boys along here. Get them going. Coors Light on the left-hand side in the white uniforms, moving left to right on your screen. And the most wanted in the green camouflage uniforms with the black trim, moving right to left and leading 3-0. So this power play continues for the Coors Light. And again, getting on desperate times here. They need a goal. Contact information on your screen. I'd love to hear from you. Let us know where you're watching from, whether it be St. John or love to hear the more exotic locales, more faraway distances. Had some really good ones over the years. community1sports@gmail.com. B. McLean Sports on Twitter. Mason gets past Ward, and he can't hold the line. They'll have to reset. 35 seconds left in the power play. 5-on-4, onside. Quickly over here to Savoy. And dumped in by Johnny Earps, or cleared out, I should say, by Johnny Earps. Bennett. Shot that goes just wide. We have a new goaltender as well here for St. John Most Wanted. Let's see if we can identify that for you. Reardon started, you know that. Still just a 3-goal game. Down in the most wanted zone. Penalty has expired. This is 5-on-5. Ball to the far side. Cleared away by the most wanted momentarily. Tom McHugh. Big contact. Jarvis right back in there. McHugh slow to get up, but he's okay. And a shot right on with the save. All right, down there at the scores table, Sarah has Christian Matthews as the new goaltender. Play blown down. 17:41, a slow start to the second half. The Coors Light have had their chances outside of some really pretty plays by the McHugh, Stewart, and Bauer line. This game has been very close. And most wanted now in no hurry. On the far side, back deep into the most wanted zone in behind Matthews. Again, in behind the net. Taken away. And nearly a chance there for Burns. So a face-off coming up to the glove hand side of Matthews. Bill McLean here, producer John Mobley. We go on hour 13. On the third day of the Eastern Regionals. Back on the air tomorrow at 8 a.m. Championship Sunday, as we call it at Bell Alliant. Community One and all our webcasting. Nothing beats it. We'll be with you all day with all the gold medal games, all the dramatics here in St. John. Ball to the far side corner. A goal here by the most wanted. They'd probably put this thing away. Right now, still just a 3-goal game. Ball down the far side. And streaking in alone. And a great save by Gal Brafe. So for the moment, Gal Brafe making a huge save. Again, a 4th goal, that would almost surely do it for the most wanted. That was Jared Hicks breaking in there. Paul on the near side. That was Pat Carlson. Right in front of the scores table. Riley Kraft matched up there with Smith. And Smith through the neutral zone. Dumps it in deep. On the chase over on the far side is Curran. Curran got a stick up. No call. Obviously unintentional by Curran, but it looked like Bungay took that in the chops. He was kind of holding his mouth there. Now breaking through. Riley Kraft can't get past the last line. So again, here's Curran. Curran, a shot right on and held on to by Christian Matthews. So 3-0, 15:49 remaining. Great crowd here tonight. Did a great job of getting the word out about this switch. They were going to have it at the LBR, decided to have it out here. Set up a transit system to get people out to the game. People can come out and have some beverages, get back safely to St. John. You folks from a ways, Grand Bay Westfield, just about 10 to 15 minutes outside of the west side of St. John. Really uptown St. John. You can pretty much get from uptown St. John to Grand Bay now in just under 15 minutes. Ball in behind the net. Mackenzie Kiersted. Kiersted watched by Shannon. High and off the beam. They're trying to go over the top to Mike Allaby. Good idea, but it's a low roof here. So face-off coming back into the zone of the most wanted to the glove hand side of Matthews. Face-off win. Brad Badger. Clearance and a pass straight up the middle and a beautiful one for Allaby. Slid it under the net. And Galbraith came out to challenge. But a great play there by Galbraith to challenge. And the ball just went wide, and it pays off in spades as the Coors Light finally have their first goal, and this is cut down to 2. So a great play by Galbraith on one end, and on the other end we have a goal. And I have to wait for the official scoring on that one. Might have been Northrop. So 3-1. And this game automatically takes a new look. Just 2 goals in our second half here. 14-34, still lots of hockey to play. On the chase, that's Pat Carlson trying to shake free of an attacking Coors Light player. Carlson in behind the net. Down the far side boards. Unable to get through was Bauer. Bauer again, though, out on that line with Hashi and McHugh. On the far side, this again is Sherwood. And get it back to Ward. Ward out in front of Bennett, the captain. Mason couldn't get it through. Glove down nicely by Carlson. Carlson brings it across. A hot shot that just goes wide on the near side. Comes all the way back. Pass. No, kept in. Good job. Looked like it was going to sneak out on Fitzgerald. Does hold it in. And goes over the glass for a whistle. All right. 13:33 left. Live and interactive on Community One. Your leader in local sports webcasting in Atlantic, Canada. Contact information on the screen. On the far side, there's Allaby. Back to Mackenzie Kierstead. Herbs. Jarvis on the far side with it. Goes all the way through to Matthews. Face-off win for the Coors Light. On the far side, there's Curran. Can't get the first shot through. Savoy winds one up, fires, deflected off of Allaby and over the glass. Well, friends, a busy August coming up on the network. Join us next week for Fast Pitch, or 2 weeks from now for Fast Pitch. We're going to be in Fredericton with Eric Moffat. And then in Gander, I'll be there in Gander with George Scott. 2 fields, all the action. Roger Surratt and Eric Moffat will be in Fredericton for you with all that action. That's U18, U16 National Fast Pitch Championships on Bell Alliant Community 1. We're going to have a lot of fun there on the Rock in Gander, Newfoundland. Along the near side. Swung around to the red line. And here comes Burns. Can't get it through. Avoids Carlson. Chip back in by Shannon. And it'll come out of the zone on the deflection. Or at the no deflection. And if you like lacrosse, a lot of people who like ball hockey and hockey also appreciate and enjoy lacrosse. We got the Founders Cup for you. That's in Halifax, August 19th to the 24th from the Forum in Halifax. Junior B Lacrosse Championships. Every single game webcasted on Bella Line Community 1. So look for that August 19th to 24th. The Founders Cup on Bella Line Community 1. In front. The shot goes just wide to the backhand. No luck for Riley Kraft. Kraft now pursues to the corner. Tried to get it in front, but Sherwood was there. Sherwood, really athletic defender. Quick and speedy for this Coors Light team. Well, there's Stewart trying to create more magic, and this time he goes flying in to Galbraith. Galbraith loses his hat. And I think it's going to be on Stewart. Stewart can't believe it. But he will go. He's got the three assists, of course. Set up McHugh for 2, set up Bauer for another. That penalty box door, if you're with us again, if you haven't been with us this weekend, the penalty box door on the left-hand side just will not open. I don't know what's going on. We haven't had a chance to get down on the floor. We're kind of way up here. But it just will not open. And watching frustrated guys and girls try to open that penalty box door to get inside has been quite comical all week. Right there. Bennett unable to get it open. So multiple penalties on the play. 2 minutes on the board. And the man advantage for Coors Light. Bennett in the box. And McHugh. And also Riley Kraft in for the most wanted. So 1:42 remaining. 11:42 left. Maybe a 2-on-1. In front, just a little bit too far. There for Chris Hashi. Hustling down the floor. Coors Light will take over. Still have 90 seconds. So with the Coors Light, they kind of, that early barrage, but they weathered the storm, got themselves centered, if you will, and slowly but surely they're building their way back into this. Trailing by 2 goals, they have the power play. You score a power play goal, and we're setting ourselves up for a crazy last 11 minutes. This game yesterday between the Coors Light and Newfoundland was just a wild affair. One of the more crazier last minutes you'll ever see. That gets over the glove of Rocca. Here comes Jarvis. What a prospect he was as a young man, coming up through the minor hockey system in St. John. John Jarvis. Ball down to the near side. I think this is Crossman. I'm not sure. We don't have a number 86 on our roster or on the computer for the most wanted. Trying to fight his way across. And I don't see a number 4 on the floor, and that's what Crossman wore with the white and green jerseys. Speaking of across the floor, he is all over the floor. Man, oh man, a one-man attack right there. Was Crossman. Galbraith. Savoy. Over to the far side. 3-on-3. Trying to get an angle. Is Northrup thrown in front. Back on the floor is Riley Kraft. So power play expires. Under 10 minutes left. Missed opportunity for the Coors Light. Riley Kraft getting a step on Savoy. Continuing on past Savoy. That's a big matchup. 2 big dudes. Now Savoy trying to hold off Kraft. Kicked out in front. Coming in to help out finally is Burns. Can't clear the zone though. Knocked right back in by Bauer. He scored the 3rd goal. That insurance goal, if you will. Bauer in deep. Up top, swings it to the far side, Mackenzie Kirsten. Brad Badger lends one up. Galbraith got just enough. Bouncing ball, but he'll hold on. Galbraith saw it the whole way. Nathan Armstrong checking in on the Twitter. Thank you very much, Nathan. Up early tomorrow morning, getting the LBR for Championship Sunday. I'll be over there with Izzy. Great to have you with us. Make sure you come up and say hi to us there. if you're going to be at the LBR, the venerable old barn in the north end of Halifax. What a lot. You want to talk, if walls could talk, the amount of hockey that place has seen over the past 70 or 80 years. I think that place has been around. Face off on the near side. One by the Coors Light, but a good forecheck by Most Wanted. Nathan cheering for the Most Wanted. Championship Sunday in St. John. Make sure you're with us all day long. 8:30 left in this one. Melanson. Herbs. And Herbs again on the far side. Most Wanted in no hurry here. Leading by 2 goals. 8 minutes remaining. Nice move by Carlson. Dumps it in behind the net. On the chase is Mason. Melanson. And it's Bennett. Dumped in. Galbraith comes to the near side corner for Mason. And lots of space. Cross floor pass. Turned over and heads up here. Looks like Carlson. And a goal. That was Chris Hashi who picked that one up and put it home. So 4-1 now. Back to a 3-goal lead. Carlson got it started. Hashi finishes it off. Ball deflected across the red line, and once again, here they come with Hashi. Checked out on the far side, that's Riley Kraft. Curran dumps and chases. And held on to by Christian Matthews. Under 7 minutes left. We got on the air at 9 a.m. this morning. We've had a real nice mix. We had 3 women's games, a couple D division games, some C division had a few of those games, and that's really an intriguing division as you get ready for Championship Sunday tomorrow. You want to check out those B division games or C division games. Sorry, they've really been good. Near side, Carlson back to work. Looking like in the favorites of the women's division, the St. John's Home Hardware, Newfoundland Home Hardware, and the St. John Thundercats. They look like they could be the teams to beat. A shot. And another goal for the Most Wanted on the far side. It looks like Riley Kraft. So some separation now. 5-1. They're on cruise control with 6 minutes remaining. A lot of fun watching that Newfoundland Home Hardware team. They had a bunch of former AUS All-Stars on that team. Jocelyn LeBlanc, Kristen Coos, Courtney King. So we got a goaltending change here for the Coors Light. Just over 6 minutes left. had a wild game. Craziest game of the day, no doubt, was McGuire versus Toronto in the C division. Back and forth they went. And then just looked like when it looked like McGuire was going to cruise, they got a 6-3 lead. And then just the next 5 minutes was just a bizarre assortment of penalties and guys chirping at each other, yelling at each other, getting heated on the floor, goals. McGuire in the midst of it got 2 power play goals, or Toronto, in the midst of it all, got 2 power play goals. Made it 6-5. That set up a crazy last minute as Toronto made the press. Great chance in front. That was knocked down there. That was a wild game. Kick save. Most Wanted leading by 4. And they're looking at the favorites heading in tomorrow. They had the game against Newfoundland earlier today. That was a great game. Newfoundland hung tough, but Most Wanted won 4-3. 5-1. Here. Jared Fitzgerald couldn't hold the line, and Ward coming down on the near side. A delayed penalty coming up, I think, on Most Wanted. And a couple guys coming together again. This is no love lost between these two guys on the floor, or these two teams on the floor. It's a rivalry for sure. Slashing is the call. 4-minute penalty. And that might be the day for Fitzgerald. Well, 5 minutes left still. So 5 minutes remaining. High on the backhand, clearing the zone. Actually stays in. Now a chance for Most Wanted to clear. They will. Down to the near side corner. And back to get it is Savoy. Savoy along the boards. Christian Matthews couldn't get to it. Gets all the way over to Phil Rocca. Rocca. Savoy wires a shot that just misses. Over the glove of Matthews. Rocca continues on in the far side corner. 3:15 left in the 4-minute penalty. Coming back again to Savoy. Knocked away. And dumped down. Changing over there is McHugh. Chris Hashi. Taking over on the power play is Jared Hicks. Chance in front. They had a wide open net but couldn't get a shot off. Jarvis comes in. 2:45 left. On the near side, one-timer. Great sliding play there by the defenseman. Still with it is Burns. Across the floor, bouncing high, knocked down for Shannon. Shannon just outside the blue line, a rolling ball that comes to the near side corner. Burns again takes over, wires a shot, can't get it through the defender. Great block shot there. Jarvis. Back at center. Tries the long pass, looking back door for Northrup, no luck. Burns manages to avoid Hicks. Jarvis. Burns. In near side corner. There for Northrup. Northrup quickly moving the ball around here. No luck on the shot. Space for the Most Wanted to clear. On the high on the backhand, and it manages to avoid the beams and lights. Goes to the far side. 2:45 left. Great play in front of gorgeous pass, but just a little bit too far. They do get a goal now. Chamberlain was in on that. And that'll make it 5-2. So the Coors Light get a late one here on the power play. 2:32 still remaining. And we get ready for tomorrow. All in behind the net. Back across the neutral zone. Shot. Dangerous one there by Allaby. And over on the far side, Bungay. Hashi in front. Shot doesn't get through. Nice move here. And a goal! What a beauty. I believe that actually is Crossman. Those are two numbers that we can't find anywhere, as 47 and 86 on these jerseys here. From the point, a gorgeous move and a great shot by Crossman. Here's an email. This is from the Bowden family. That's over for the friends at the LBR. They're cheering on the Snappers. And Sean Patterson. Ball goes through the crease. There's Pat Carlson on the far side. Just about 90 seconds remaining. Ball bouncing around. Now onto the stick here. A backup. Cleared away by Kierstead. And all the way back to Savoy. He'll line one up. Comes near side for Smith. Shot right on, no problem for Matthews. Under 1 minute. There's Carlson on the far side. Now I'll go into the bench of the Coors Light. Back on the air tomorrow at 8 a.m. from the LBR and the RVCC. Shot right on. Mason. Great chance in front for Burns. Kind of ran out of an angle. All the way back again to Savoy. Savoy lines one up, fakes it. Gets a shot on, and Matthews the save. .24 seconds left. Face-off win, back to Savoy. The shot goes to the far side. 10 seconds left. On the far side boards. Shannon's over there. And it comes to Jared Hicks, and he will run this one out. A 5-2 victory for St. John Coors Light. Or, sorry, for St. John Most Wanted. 3 early goals. That really was the difference. Coors Light just couldn't quite get past that. They did make it 3-1 at one point. And that was about as close as they got. So Most Wanted will stay undefeated. Coors Light will drop to 1-2. Northrop, the player of the game for the Coors Light. No surprise there, Tom McHugh, player of the game. I think McHugh got player of the game in the first game as well. You got to start spreading that around. Could have gone to Stewart or Bauer. He had a great game. But again, McHugh. 2 goals in the early going for McHugh. Carlson had a goal unassisted. Fred Chamberlain scored for the Coors Light, along with George Northrup. Chris Hashie had a goal. Riley Kraft had a goal for the Most Wanted. Will Bauer a goal. McHugh led Andrew Stewart actually led all scorers with 4 assists. So 4 assists for Andrew Stewart. And a couple of them were of high quality. Tom McHugh, 2 goals and assists. George Northrup had the goal and the assist for the Coors Light. All right, so back on the air tomorrow. 8 a.m. is your start time as they shuffle out of here at the RVCC. We started at 9 a.m. this morning. Back on the air tomorrow at 8 a.m. We'll be finished up around supper time tomorrow. Gold medal games all afternoon long. Semifinal action early in the morning. We're going to have a lot of fun tomorrow on Championship Sunday from the RVCC and from the LBR in the north end of St. John. Friends, thank you so much for being with us throughout the broadcast day. You've been watching the 2014 Canadian Ball Hockey Association Championships, Eastern Regional Championships on Bell Alliant Community 1, your leader in local sports.